Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In this session, we'll learn or understand how we can use the Python set data structure. So guys, set is also very important data structure into the Python programming. So if you hear this term first time, so let me explain you what it is. So Python set all about the set theory at some point in your mathematicals. You guys heard what is the Venn diagram, how we can use the union, how we can use the symmetric difference, and how we can use the intersection. So all these things we'll learn in this session. So let me go to the Jupyter notebook. So guys, first is what is set. So some of the rules and guidelines you need to remember while you are working into the set data structure. So I'm going to mention here what are those. So a set is an unordered collection. Unordered collection of items. Unordered means unordered collection means can't be indexed. Just like we have seen into the tuple and list data structure. And the very important property in the set, every element is unique. Means no duplicate value allowed. No duplicates value are allowed while you are defining a set. You can define the duplicates value, but when you run the set, then you will get the answer of the only the unique value. Okay, so these things you need to remember. And the third point is the set itself is mutable, right? We can add or remove items from the set. Okay, so in case let's say we want to add something or we want to remove something from the set, we can easily do that. Okay, so set is mutable data structure. Set is often enclosed by the curly braces, this one. Okay, so based on the nature of the data, our Python interpreter will understand you are dealing with the set or dictionary. Eventually the curly braces also representation of the dictionary data structure as well. Okay, so I will give you the example so that you can easily find out or you can easily understand which is set and which is data structure of the dictionary. Fifth is sets can be used to perform some mathematical operation. Mathematical set operation, right? Operation like union, intersection, and symmetric difference, etc. Okay, and the next question is how we can create a set, right? So we can create a set using curly braces or using constructor, set constructor, right? Let me give you an example so that you can easily understand that, right? So let me put some space here. Okay, now how we can, the question is how we can create a set. Create a set. So guys, there are two elegant way by which we can create a set. So first is, let's say, new set. We can create using, let's say, 1 comma 2 comma 3. So when you check the type of new set, so this represent to the set. Another way is new set 1 equal to set. Right, so this is the set. When I'm printing, let's say new set 1, so you can see that. Okay. In the most of the interview, the people ask, let's say if I'm taking a variable which is s, now I am creating. Now when I check the type of s, can you guess what will be the type of s? It will give me the dictionary. It will give me the dictionary data structure. But in case, let's say s equal to, if I am going to mention, let's say a, now can you guess what will be the data type? So the data type is set here, right? So in case, let's say you are not mentioned anything, that will represent as a dictionary. If you are mentioned any of the variables, that will be treated as set data structure. These things you need to remember. Okay. But once again, let's say if I'm using here the s equal to, in the curly braces, I mentioned a, then I mentioned the value of a, which is 10. When you check the type of s, that will give you the dictionary. Because based on nature of the data, our Python interpreter will understand you are dealing with the set or dictionary. So this is the representation of the dictionary, because in the dictionary we have key and their value, but into the set we do not have any key, right? So our Python interpreter will understand you are dealing with the set data structure. Okay. Now the question is how we can create a set of mixed data type. Mixed data types. Okay. So for an example, let's say I am taking a variable mix, and here I am going to mention Python, let's say a, and 12 point some random number I'm going to mention here, and I am going to as well the I'm going to take the tuple as well, right? So let's say this is the tuple, right? Now when you check the print of mix, so we have the mixed data type in a single set. Okay, so in a single set we can store any kind of data. The data could be string, integer, float, or even other data structure as well. So these things you need to remember. So guys, I was saying Python set is a mutable object, right? However, it does not use any index and does not have any order, right? It also means that you cannot change its element by accessing through an index or slicing. Okay, so for an example, I am saying, can you access this element? No, you cannot access this element because set does not support the index or slicing method. Okay, so that's why I mentioned this is a unordered collection. Okay, so set is a unordered collection. However, there are set methods like add, which by which we can add a single element, or another method is update, by which we can update the something. For an example, let's say I want to check set methods. Okay, set method. So how can I check? So I'm going to mention here the list comprehension in dir of set if not in I. Now I'm going to mention the print to get the horizontal answer. So guys, these are the method which is related to the set data structure. Okay. Now for an example, once again, I'm going to create a sum set. Let's say add a element into the set. So let's say s equal to this one. Once again, 7 and 5. Now when I'm printing the s, it will give me the unique value because set does not allow the duplicate value, right? So these things you need to remember, because some people, let's say, if some people say, hey, how we can remove the duplicates data. So some people are writing the looping concept or some the calculation. Okay, but why we need to go in such a long way? Simple, I can store that data into the set, then I can easily get the unique value, right? So we can use the set to get for the unique value. Now, I was saying how we can add an element into a set, right? Add an element into the set. Very simple. S dot add. Using the add method, you can only add single element at a time. For an example, I am going to mention here 100. Now print S. So you can see that I am getting the 100 value within my set. Okay. But in some scenario, how we can update multiple value. Okay. So for an example, S dot update. In here, you can pass the list as well, or you can pass the tuple as well. So for example, 20, 40, 30, 50, and 60, and once again 100. Now print S. So we can have the multiple value. Okay. So we can have the multiples value. So these things you need to remember. For an example, you can use S dot update. Even you can pass another set. Let's say this one. Okay. So we can pass the value as well within the set. But what will happen? Each value will be added as a separate item into the set using the update method. You need to remember, right? Some people think, let's say I am going to update the set. So this entire set will be update in the existing set. No, it will be update each element in your existing set. And here you can see that I was updating the set using the list, but each element of the list is adding a separate element in the existing set. These things you need to keep in mind. So we have seen how we can add the single element or how we can add the multiple element. Now the question is how we can update the set. Sorry, how we can remove the element from the set. Remove elements from the set. Okay, so guys, there are two functions you can use to remove or delete items from the set. So first is, so I am going to mark down. So first is, which is discard method. The second is using the remove method. Right? Discard and remove. But what is the difference between these two? Okay, so you need to remember the difference between the discard and remove. Sometimes this question can be asked in the interview as well. So a small difference in these two methods, like discard method does not throw any error or any exception if the target, or you can say that item, is not the part of your set. Okay, so for an example, if you are finding or if you are removing any element using the discard method, if that element is not part of your set, it will not throw any exception while you are using the discard method. But on the other hand, if you are using the remove method, right, but in case your target or your element or item is not the part of your set, remove will throw an exception. Okay, so for an example, I am using here this s dot discard. I'm going to find, let's say, 45. Okay, so you can see that this 45 is not the part of my this set. What will happen? It will not throw any exception. But the same thing, if I'm finding using the remove method, which is 45, it will give me the key error, which is 45, because this 45 is not the part of my existing set. So you can see that. Okay, so it is not part of my the existing set. But once again, if I'm using s dot discard and I'm getting 50, 50 has gone. Sorry, 50 has gone. Now original set is this one. If I'm using s dot remove 100, okay, so you can see that 100 has gone. Okay, So these things you need to remember. While you are using the discard and remove, discard will not throw any exception if your element is not the part of your set. And it just reverse of the remove. Remove will throw any exception when the target is not the part of your set. Okay. And you can see that, guys, every time I am getting the sorted answer, by default your set will sort your numbers in the ascending order. Apart from these methods, there is a pop method to remove an element. You need to also remember, since the set does not use indexing, right? So you cannot be sure which item will be get popped. Okay, so by default, see what I'm trying to say. Let's say if I'm using s dot pop, by default it will be start from here. The next element will be popped 3. Next element will be 5. Okay, but in case, let's say, you cannot mention here the index as well, right? Because the set does not use of any index, right? Now print s. Okay, so these things you need to remember. How we can clear all the elements? I'm going to mention here, clear all the elements from the set. How we can do that? S dot clear. Now s is empty. Now s is empty. Now I am moving to the Python set operation in the mathematics. Okay, so let's say I'm creating a two set, which is set A. Set A has A and E, this one, right? Now I'm going to create a set B. Or let's say, okay, so these are my the set. The question is, how can I get the unique value from the both the set? Or let's say I'm changing the situation. For an example, in the Excel sheet, I have two columns, column A and column B. In the column A, I have some values, and into the column B, I have some other values. So the question is, how can I get the unique value using the set? So simple, using the union operation. So what I'll do, print set A. This is the union operator, set B. So you can see that I'm getting the unique value because A is also present is here as well. So I'm getting the unique value. Another way you can use set A union set B. So there are two ways using this operator. So this is the union operator, which is this one, pipe symbol called pipe. And this is the union method of the set. Okay, so we can get the using the union, we can get the unique value. Now the question is, see, you can apply the union method any of the set, that is set A or set B, right? So some people are confused. Let's say if I am doing set B and union set A, so the answer will be change or it will be same? So it will be same. Now the same, we can use the intersection. So for example, print set A ampersand set B. So it is giving me only the common value in both the set. So A, you can see that A and E and U. Okay, so these two values are common in the both the set. So using the intersection, we can get the common value within the set. Intersection, and we can use the set B. Okay, I hope you are getting like understanding these questions. Okay, so you can easily practice, or you can easily like explore some other parts of the set using the different kind of examples. Now guys, I am moving to the Python set difference. So set difference using the difference function returns the difference of two sets. We can use the minus operator to define the set difference. Okay, so for an example, let's say I am taking first set equal to second set this one. If I'm using first set difference second set, can you guess what will be the output? What is the difference between first set and second set? After the getting the result, you can easily analysis. So here the 2 3 4 5 is not the part of your second set, so this is the difference. And the same thing, if I am going to apply second set difference of the first set, so you can see that 7 8 and 9 and 10 is not the part of in your second set, right? So these value will not the part of your first set. So these things you need to remember. Or you can use, let's say, first set, which is difference. Sorry, you can use the minus second set. So both are the same. Okay, so you can use the difference function of the set, or you can use the difference operators. Now the next thing is, which is Python symmetric set difference. Okay, so Python set symmetric difference. So guys, this is a like very important concept. Okay, so the symmetric difference operation allow you to get the elements that are either in first set or in second set, but not in both. Or you can say that except those that are common in both. Again, you have two options to perform this operation using the symmetric difference function or using the exponential operators. Let me take this, copy and paste. What I'm doing here, let's say print first set exponential operator and second set. Okay, so it is giving me this one. So these values are not common into the both the set. What I'm doing, I'm going to change the some value, let's say 4 5 6 and 7 and 8. Now you can guess what will be the output. I was saying using the symmetric difference, we can get the except common in the both the set. So you can see that 4 and 5 and 6, and here 4 and 5 6 6. So these are common in the both the set. Okay, so except common, I am getting the result, which is 1 2 3 and 7 and 8. If I'm going to explore how the symmetric differences work, so you can see that first of all, what I'm doing, I'm going to use the union operation. So first set is the union of second set. Fine. Now I'm getting this one. Now once again, first set intersection of the second set. If I'm going to perform the difference operator, then I will get this one. So what can I do? Minus, and I can copy this one and paste it here. So you can see that. So the symmetric difference is nothing, is the difference of union minus intersection. Or you can use this term using the print first set symmetric difference. You can use the second set and you will get the same answer. Okay, so these things you need to remember. Okay. Another example, let's say difference update. What it means. Let's say I have my set which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I'm doing, my set, which is difference update, we have seen already the difference, right? Now I am moving to the difference update. Here I'm going to pass my number, which is 678. What will happen? Or let's say 10 as well. See, my set. So whatever the value you are mentioned into the update, so if these value are matching with your existing set, that value will be update here. So if the 6 and 7 is matching, so that value will be eliminated. So we will have the 4 and 5. So this is the basically difference and update. Difference and update. Eventually, we don't have we do not have the 10 value in my the existing set. So this doesn't matter of this value. If the value is common, that value will be update in the from your set. So these things you need to remember. So let's say once again, my set, you can apply the membership operator. So membership operator we have seen using the list, using the tuple as well in the previous videos. So same we can, for an example, 7 in my set. Yes, it is present. 10 in my set. No, it is not present. It will give me the false. Okay, so these things we can use that. So guys, one thing is also pending in the set, which is symmetric difference. Okay, so symmetric difference and frozen set. So these things will cover in the next session, because the frozen set is a different topic. Okay, eventually it is the part of your set, but frozen set has some unique type of characteristics. So that thing will cover in the next session. I'm going to summarize once again what we have covered in this session. In this session, we were discussing how we can use the set data structure. These are the rules and guidelines you need to remember. These guidelines will really help you when you are facing the interview. So using how you can define the set, you can define the set using the curly braces or the set constructor. So we have seen that. One thing you need to keep in mind, while you are going to store into the some value into the set, it will give you the sorted value or unique value. You cannot store the duplicate value. Eventually you can store any kind of data or any kind of information within the set. These are the set method. We have seen lots of methods in this session. Okay, so for an example, is disjoint or is super, is subset, you can also explore by yourself. Okay, in case you have, any question do you have, then you can ping me on comment box. Now we have seen how we can add element into the set. Using the add method, we can add only the single element. In case you will pass the multiple element, you will got an error, because add method can take only the one element, but you are supplying the two element. In case you want to multiple element, then you can use the update method. There are a two elegant way by which we can remove the elements from the set. Discard and remove. Discard will not throw any exception in case your element is not the part of the set, but remove does. And here how we can clear the element. These are the some quite and very interesting set operation, which is union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference, and difference update. So you can practice of this session so many times, so you can easily remember this concept. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoy and learn something new in this session. If you have any question on this, please let me know in the below comment. So guys, thanks for watching. Keep learning and have a great day.